Hi, thank you for tuning in. If you're here to learn how to make these bikini bottoms, here's a little bit of something you need to know. This one is for a moderate coverage, which means that it's best to wear it with a cover-up outfit if you don't like showing so much skin. There's a cover-up dress and a skirt tutorial on the channel if you'd like to check that out. But for this piece specifically, I made it with a brack up and with a cover-up two-piece, a skirt and a top, and each of those tutorials for those will be available on the channel if you'd like to check that out. Also, if you'd like to see a pattern for a full coverage bikini bottom, please comment below or subscribe so that you can see that in other future videos. So without further ado, let's just dive directly into the tutorial. Okay, so these are materials that we're going to use for this project. So first off, I'm going to use this yarn, which is Seagull 4-ply yarn. It's 100% acrylic, and I'm going to be doubling my strand. So it means I'm going to use 2 of this for the project. I'm going also to need a pair of scissors. And I'm going to use two hooks. The first one is 3.5mm hook and the other one is 1.6mm hook. What you need is like a smaller hook compared to the one that you're going to use for the rest of the project. So yeah, and then I'm going to need a measuring tape as well. So those will be the things that we need for this project. So let's start right away. I'm going to give instructions on how to make this in different sizes. For this project, I'm going to be making for a size large for this project. And for a size large, you're going to start by a chain of 10. So for a size large, you can use the instructions given on the screen on how many to chain depending on the size that you're making. And as you can see, therefore a size large, we're going to chain 10 chains. And that's what you're making for size large. So start by a slip knot. So chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So once you chain 10, you're going to add 2 more chains to the 10 chains that you've already made. 1 and 2. So now you have like 12 chains, but the 2 chains that you've added plus the 10th chain acts like the first double crochet. So after you've made this, yarn over and make a double crochet on your 9th stitch, which is this one. So inside the 9th stitch, make a double crochet, and then inside the next chain, make a double crochet, a double crochet in the next chain, a double crochet in the next chain, in the next one, in the next, and on the last one. So you make sure that the number of double crochets that you have is 10 at the end of the row. So if I just count back to counter check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have 10 double crochets. Now this is the part that is going to go in between the legs. Because this is a bit for a bikini bottom. So chain 3 and turn your work. Now we are on to second row. So in the second row, we are going to make double crochets in each double crochet of the previous row. So at the end of the second row, you're going to have 10 double crochets. On the very last double crochet, make a double crochet. So if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So on row 2, we also have a row of double crochets all the way across, 10 double crochets. So the distance between this place to where you're starting to expand your work. So I wanted to show you with this so you can get this right. So this is where you're starting your work, like from here. So the distance between here to where you start increasing your work for the front, your crotch area, depending on the size that you're making, you're going to make different number of rows. So on the screen, you can, as you can see, as for a size small, you're going to make enough rows that is going to give you 5 centimeters, like that, the distance between these chains just before you start increasing your crotch area. For medium size, you're going to have also 5 centimeters, and if you're making for a size large, you're going to do 6 centimeters, and for a size extra large as well, you're going to do 6 centimeters. So 6 centimeters is going to be determined by the number of rows that you make. Back onto our work. So it means from here I'm going to make 5 chains for a size large, 5 rows, and repeating the same pattern. So you want to make sure that after every row you have 10 double crochets. So keep doing that, and let me meet you when you have 5 rows so we can go on to the next part. Okay, so I went ahead and made 5 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I measure that using centimeters, I'm going to get, like I needed 6, I'm going to get 6. I get 6 inches. No, 6 centimeters, sorry. So I get 6 centimeters. So that is perfect for that till that point. So it means if you're making for a size small, you did 5 centimeters. For a size medium, also if you're making for a size medium, you did 5 centimeters. For a size large and extra large, you did 6 centimeters. So that is 5 rows. So after that, we are going to start increasing. Now we are at the part increasing for the crotch area. So the next row, chain 3 and turn your work. So this chain 3 acts like the first double crochet, which is this one. So on the second double crochet, next double crochet, make a double crochet, and since we're increasing, and add another double crochet. So 2 double crochets on the second double crochet, on the second double crochet, and then 1 double crochet on each of the next double crochets until you get to the second last stitch, or second last double crochet. So when you get to the second last double crochet, here it is, inside the second last double crochet you make 2 double crochets in the same double crochet, and then on the very last double crochet you make a double crochet. Like that. So as you can see, we've started to increase our work. So So on the next row, which is row 7, chain 3 and turn your work. So on this row, since we increased on the previous row we have just completed, on this row we are not increasing, where it means we are placing 1 double crochet in on each double crochet of the previous row. So after the chain 3 acts like the first double crochet, on the next double crochet make a double crochet in the next double crochet, in the next one, so a double crochet on each double crochet, until the last one. So on the next row, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, row 8, chain 3 and turn your work. So since in the previous row we did not increase, on row 8 we are going to increase. So by increasing it means after chaining 3 and turning your work, on the first chain 3 acts like the first double crochet, so inside the second double crochet you make 2 double crochets in the very same double crochet. So that indicates our increase, and then on the next double crochet you place 1 double crochet on each of the next double crochets until the second last, stitch. And then when you get to the last stitch, make a double crochet. So as you can notice, we only increase on the second stitch when you're starting your row, and on the second last stitch when you're ending your row. So after that, moving on to the next row, which is the 9th row, since we were increasing on the previous row, it means the next row doesn't get an increase. So it means we're going to place 1 double crochet on each double crochet. So the chain 3 acts like the first double crochet, and then inside the next double crochet make a double crochet in the next, one double crochet all the way across. Like that. So as you can notice from where we're increasing, we keep following the pattern of increasing on one row and not increasing on the next. Like that, you increase on the next row, you don't increase on the next. A row of increase and then a row of plain double crochets, a row of increases and then a row of plain double crochets. So that is the same pattern that you're going to keep on working with until you have made a total. When you measure, you've made a total of 10 inches from here. So you'll measure from this point to the last point that you're going to work towards. So it means you're going to keep on repeating the rows, increase, no increase, for up to 10 inches from here to the last point, 10 inches. So go on ahead and do that, and let me meet you when you have 10 inches when when measured. Okay, so this is after I went for 10, repeating the same pattern. I went for 10 inches. You can just measure that. This is at 10 inches, and this is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So this is 23 rows, which gives a total of 10 inches. So from here, you're just going to chain 1 and cut your yarn. Now we're done with the front part. So now let's work on the back side. So you flip your work to this part, and then attach your yarn right here at the very first double crochet. And then chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. So this 3 acts like the first double crochet, and we are starting to increase immediately. So it means in the next double crochet you're going to place 2 double crochets, and then 1 double crochet on each of the next double crochets until the second last. This is the second last double crochet. So this is the second last double crochet. So make 2 double crochets on it, and then on the last double crochet make a double crochet. So that is our first increase. Chain 3, and on this row we are not going to increase, which means we are placing this chain 3 acts like the first double crochet. So inside the next double crochet, make a double crochet and a double crochet on each double crochet of the previous row. So that is the row of plain double crochets, no increase at all. So chain 3 and move on to the next row. So inside the next row we are increasing. The first chain 3 comes with the first double crochet. So inside the next double crochet, make 2 double crochets in the very same double crochet, and then 1 double crochet on each of the next double crochets until the second last double crochet. And then the last double crochet, make a double crochet. Okay, so for the back area, this is the part going to be the pattern. So far, as you've seen, we started increasing right off the bat. So like we've been increasing and no increase, and increase, no increase. So this is the pattern that we're going to keep on working with, an increase, no increase, for a total of 11 inches. So you're going to make enough rows to give you 11 inches. For me, that is going to be around 25 rows. So let me meet you when you have enough rows that can give you 11 inches. Remember, you increase following the pattern, increase, no increase, and when you're increasing, you increase on the second double crochet when you're starting your work, and the second last one when you're ending your work. So do that. Let me meet you when you have 11 inches. Okay, so I have gone ahead and completed that. This is the back side of your work, the point you're working on. So if I measure this one, I get a total, from the point that you started increasing, I get a total of 11 inches, which is exactly what we needed. Remember, this is a high-waisted bikini bottom. So this was a total of 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So that was a total of 25 rows. That gives me a total of 11 inches. And so that is that. So we are going to the last part, which is edging our work. So from here, all you're going to do is chain 1 and cut your yarn. Okay, now on to this next step. Okay, so for this next step, I'm going back to using a thin yarn. As you noted, I was using a double strand. Okay, you may want to do the same for the edging. I feel like it makes it look more better than just using a double strand for it, but either way, that's it. So for this thin yarn, I'm also going to, remember we said at the beginning of the tutorial that we are going to use 2 hooks. So we've done using the 3.5mm hook, and now we're going to use this 1.6mm hook. You can use maybe a 2mm hook to a 2.5mm hook, whatever your preference is, but the hook should be a little bit smaller than the hook that you use for that you've been using so far. So that is that. So let's start working on the edging. I'm going to attach my yarn at one of these ends, so attach your yarn and then chain 1. So it means you're going to work like this, and then back to the other side until we get back to where we started. So on this double crochet space, make 2 single crochets. Inside the next double crochet space, make 2 single crochets. Inside the next, make 2 single crochets. The next 2 single crochets. So you're going to keep working 2 single crochets in each double crochet space from here all the way to this other side. Let me meet you when you get here. just adding 2 single crochets in each double crochet space. Let me meet when you get here, so we can make the shells right here and then turn to the other side. Okay, so this is after I've gone all the way from this point like this. So we're going to this upper part. So now when you get to this last one, instead of two single crochets, you're going to make 3 single crochets. This is the very last double crochet space before you turn to this upper part. So when you start this upper part, we're going to do something different. So start by chaining 1, and then inside the next double crochet, make a double crochet. You're going to make 6 double crochets. So that is 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Six double crochets, and then skip 2, 1, 2 double crochet on the third, slip stitch. So you have this, your first shell. After slip stitching, chain 1 and go on into the next double crochet and make 6 double crochet inside that same double crochet. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and lastly 6. Skip 2, 1, 2 and slip stitch inside the third double crochet. Chain 1 and go into inside the next double crochets and make 6 double crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. After 6, skip 2, 1, 2 on the third slip stitch, and then we'll chain 1 and go on inside the next double crochet, make 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Skip 2, 1, 2 in the third row, slip stitch and chain 1 and go inside the next double crochet with 6 double crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Skip 2 in the third one, slip stitch, chain 1 and go into the next double crochet with 6 double crochets. Skip 2, slip stitch in the third, chain 1, the next one, 6 double crochets, and then skip 2, 1, 2 inside the third slip stitch and chain 1, the next one, 6 double crochets, four, 5 and 6. Skip 2, 1, 2, the third one, slip stitch, chain 1, in the next double crochet, make 6 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Skip 2 and inside the very last slip stitch. So that completes this upper part. So, and that also means that we are turning back to this other side. So inside this double crochet space, make 3 double crochets. So 1, 2 and 3, and then because this is the turning chain, so the next double crochet space, make 2 double crochets, 2 double crochets in the next, 2 double crochets in the next, 2 double crochets in the next, 2 double crochets in the next. Okay, so from here you're going to keep on 2 double crochets in each double crochet space all the way until you get to this point. I'm going to meet you when you get here, so we start working the shells on here. Okay, so when you get to this last part, make 3 single crochets in this turning chain, and then now we are inside, we are on this other side. So chain 1, inside the next double crochet, make 6 double crochets, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Skip 2, 1, 2, on the third one slip stitch and chain 1, and inside the next double crochet go in with 6 double crochets, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Skip 2, inside the third slip stitch and chain 1, then move to the next double crochet with 6 double crochets in the very same double crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Skip 1, 2, and in the third one slip stitch and chain 1 and go on to the next double crochet, make 6 double crochets, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Skip 2, 1, 2, inside the third double crochet, slip stitch, chain 1 And with that, you move on to the next double crochet, again with 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, slip stitch, chain 1, in the next one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, slip stitch, chain 1, in the next one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lastly 6. Skip 2, and in this very last, slip stitch, and that marks the end of this. So when you get to this point, so after this one, we are going to start making the straps that are going to be here. So you don't cut your yarn from here, you just continue. So this is how we're going to make the straps. Chain 3, 2, and 3. After chaining 3, yarn over and make a double crochet back inside where you started the chain 3, like that. Then chain 3 again. So after chaining 3, go back inside the chain 3 and the 1 double crochet here, and make a double crochet. Chain 3 and back inside the chain 3 and the 3 double crochets, make a double crochet. Chain 3, and back inside. So this is how you're going to make your straps. So for this one, each of these one counts as 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you're going to make a total of 30 for the straps for here. So go on ahead following the same procedure and make up to 30. Let me meet you when you have 30. Okay, so after making 30, just chain 1 and cut your yarn. So that's the first strap. So let's attach your yarn on this other side. So remember that on each end of this one, you're making 3 double crochets, 3 single crochets instead of 2. So you're going to spot the second double crochet, 1, 2 of the 3, and that's where you're going to attach your yarn for the strap. So right in this second chain, attach your yarn. After attaching your yarn, chain 3, and after chaining 3, go back inside this very same space and make a double crochet. Chain 3 and go back inside the chain 3 and the 1 double crochet and make a double crochet. Chain 3, yarn over and go back inside here and make a double crochet. Chain 3, yarn over and back inside, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me show you one more time. Chain 3 and go back inside. It's the 5th time. So also for this one, you're going to keep on working, counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each of this has 1. So make 30, and let me meet you when you have 30. And once you have 30, you can also attach your yarn and do the same thing on this back spaces, like this one and this one. Also make straps on that, and let me meet you when you have both your 4 straps. Okay, so this is what you have after you made all the 4 straps. It's actually gorgeous. And now the last thing you're going to do is just to weave in your ends. So here is what you have after weaving in your ends. Yeah, so you can always tie this in a design that you want. So this is what you have. It's actually pretty beautiful. So